Welcome back to TYT Sports. We got a great full show of NBA content coming your way. We have Andre Snelling's back via Skype coming from Michigan. It's great to have Andre back. And we're going to start off with two topical stories. The first being Kawhi Leonard maybe getting knocked out of the front court in the All-Star game because Kobe Bryant is shattering the vote. He's got 720,000. Second place is Kevin Durant with 350. It's Kobe. We know he's shooting 20 points per game over his last 10, but come on. What about the first 15, 20 games of the season? And then we'll get into a little bit about John Wall's comments on Kyrie Irving. Andre, welcome back. Great to have you on. How you been, bud?
Man, I've been good. It's great to be back. Christmas season. We tried to pretend it was going to be warm in Michigan, but yeah, I just looked out the window. Those days are over.
It's been, even here in LA, I think it might snow. It's getting scary. We don't know what's happening. This El Nino
Will the world stop if it snows in LA?
Right. I think the El Nino season of Los Angeles is affecting the All-Star game vote. I'm not even joking. But let's start with Kobe because, I mean, Kobe's been the number one storyline outside the Golden State Warriors throughout the NBA season thus far. The poem, the retirement, and even him finding a little bit of his rhythm, some of the old-ish Kobe, back with 20 points per game over his last 10. He's shooting still pretty bad, but at least a lot more of them are going in opposed to going 2 for 20 from the field. Do you find it to be an arbitrary award if people like Kobe Bryant are leading the vote by that much and people like Kawhi Leonard, who should be technically finishing second in the MVP vote if we were to make our votes today, are getting snubbed from an All-Star game start?
It really depends on what you want to use the All-Star game for. If you try to use it as some type of arbiter of how good a player is, like you'll hear people say, oh, Kobe's been an All-Star 19 times.
Right.
That's more than anybody else in history. Then it gets a little bit like, because his first couple, he wasn't even starting for his team. And his last few, either he wasn't playing at all or when the vote started, he was shooting like 31% from the field. So if you try to use it in that way, then I might have an argument with you. But if you just use it as it's an exhibition, let the fans see who they want to see. It's fun. It's a legacy award. It'll be a more entertaining game with him involved than it would be without him. Then I don't have a problem with it. So it's all where you're coming from.
The only issue I have is that we use the All-Star game so much for the accolade next to a Hall of Fame resume. It's almost the first or second thing that comes up. Michael Jordan, career of 30-ish points per game, 16-time All-Star, not 16, 10 or 11, 12-time All-Star. Kobe Bryant, 19-time All-Star. It's on the Wikipedia pages. It's on Pro Basketball Reference. And because we use it so much, it becomes a little more built up than it should. Now, I totally understand as to why you'd want Kobe in the All-Star game as a fan of Kobe. Even the guys who hate Kobe, they want to see him one more time, especially in that format. What's interesting, though, is the All-Star game vote. It's just that many people. He's winning by more than twice the amount that are voted for Kevin Durant, who's number 2. Blake's number 3 at 182,000, and then it just gets like it's a whole smorgasbord of closeness. You got guys in the 40s and 50s of thousands, including Harrison Barnes and Enes Kanter, and your boy Kevin Garnett, who deserves to be there as well. If you're going to put Kobe in, you got to put KG in. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's a popularity contest. Right. At least the starters of the team, they're voted by the players. It's popularity. Mm-hmm. And so, I did a write-up a few weeks ago when I was talking about Kobe and his kind of like position in history and his legacy. And I was kind of making the point that if you base your standards on how popular a player is or how famous he is or how much he's a part of pop culture, then Kobe is going to finish a lot higher than if you just look at his actual body of individual work as a player. And so to me, the All-Star game is another example of that. If you're looking at that, 19-time All-Star and using that to say, well, he must be one of the top 2 or 3 players ever because nobody else besides Kareem has that, then, it's going to make me question how you evaluate the game.
Right.
But, if you go any deeper, then you can kind of see past that.
Right, and when you dig deep, you get some deep comments from John Wall and Kyrie Irving because the point guard battle, at least in the Eastern Conference, the point guards in the NBA, man, they're so deep as it is, but 2 of them come to topic, and that is John Wall and Kyrie Irving. And John Wall wasn't happy. His exact words were, "It's a joke. I played like horseshit the first month and a half, but I still was averaging like 16 and 8. Didn't know NBA guys were that aware of their stats, but that's not bad numbers. I guess it's the record. No offense, Kyrie. He's played 3 games. If he was healthy, he probably would be in that position because he'd be playing well, and I can see him because that's how talented he is. I think John Wall brings up a very good point. Kyrie has played 3 games, and now that the All-Star game voting is still in effect, and Kyrie's probably going to play, hopefully, stay healthy until the All-Star game, I can see John Wall's frustration. He's been playing. He's been one of the better point guards in the league this year. Again, we know how top-heavy the point guards are. But Kyrie hasn't played. So when we look, again, it comes back to the same point. If it's for exhibition, then yeah, Kyrie's more loved around the country than John Wall is. Probably just not outside Washington, D.C. Now, it all comes down to the same point. Exhibition, exhibition, exhibition. Wanted to hear your thoughts on John Wall as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the exact same discussion. And the one positive is that the All-Star game isn't entirely fan vote, that the fans vote in the starters, but then you still get, the coaches get to bring in the other players. So Wall should be an All-Star this year. I mean, I would be shocked if he doesn't make the team. But because you have a Kyrie Irving voted in after playing 3 games, then you end up with maybe another worthy All-Star not making the team. And that's kind of a shame.
The people have spoken. Kobe Bryant, 720-something thousand All-Star start votes for one of the greatest of all time, at least top 5, in my opinion. Comment below with what you think about Kobe Bryant. Should he be an All-Star? I mean, I guess the people have spoken, as I mentioned. John Wall and Kyrie Irving, we want to hear your thoughts on that as well. Make sure to follow Andre at Professor DRZ on Twitter. Make sure to check out the Hoops Lab column. Most recent one, awesome write-up on the 96 Bulls versus the 2015 Warriors. Really in-depth, really enjoyable to read. I'm sure there'll be more coming in the new year. We'll see you next time.